Sloss and Humphries on the road.
Muggins and Cream, Cream and Muggins, straight thuggin', living the dream.
That's our intro.
Fucking muggles.
Tickling the clit inside your head that makes you laugh. They said it can't be done.
Cheers, mate. Last day of the leg.
Ooh.
Feeling good? I watched Society of Snow.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten the name of that film wrong so many times.
It's exhausting listening to you get it just completely and utterly wrong.
It's like, the Snow Society. Paw Patrol.
It's just...
Snow Patrol.
PlayStation, is it the Playbox 550? It's that era of your life.
Mm-hmm. So I watched that, and it was 2.5 hours of slightly less traumatic than that 1 minute tour diary that you did in the middle of this tour. The one where you were absolutely threadbare.
Why?
You seem to be comfortably numb now, though.
Just, I don't know how we used to do fucking longer than this.
Well, kind of, without being sentimental, home used to be on the road, and now home's at home. I think that's the difference. Like, when I lived in London, London was like my party flat and the place where I kept me stuff.
Yeah.
And my wife happened to be. But like, I've got like I feel like I've got a home to go back to now.
Yeah.
Like, Natalie lived with a flatmate, so I didn't feel like I was just leaving her. We're just sharing the dog. So there's a bit of that. Also, it's been fucking busy, this leg of the tour. I mean, the last one was as well, Germany, but it's like, it's not like there's been a great deal of recreation and partying and doing stuff.
Mm-mm.
Nah. However, the gigs have been tremendous. The people have been nice. The food's been good.
Yep. You're
just a wee bit homesick.
I could comfortably fucking... for years and years and years, I've never, ever understood. Like, I always thought, I'll always do this fucking job. And now I'm like, I could take 2 years off and not fucking blink. And like all the fears and anxieties I used to have of like, oh man, if I take a year...
May not be there when I come back.
Fucking good news for me. Man, if I step out of this fucking game for 2 years and I come back and everyone's like, we've got no idea who you are, I think I would just stand there and be like, maybe that's for the best. Maybe that's... I mean, I don't think that is the case.
You've actually got like a level of life now where like not working again would just mean getting a smaller house. It would just mean selling your house, getting a smaller one, living off the rest. Like you're actually set, I think, now. As long as you weren't ridiculous. I think that's why, like, do you think that's why some new money celebs just spunk it on like Lamborghinis and that?
Yeah.
So that they need the work, so that they need to stay ambitious.
I think so.
Because it's actually like, it's quite like, if you get that kind of money, it's quite easy to spread it out at a working class rate.
Yeah.
Of like whatever, like 15, 20 grand a year that a working class person would be on. You could live a small life for a long time on your money.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not... Look, don't get me wrong, I don't want to stop fucking working, but I'm very much of the opinion now of if the next tour is as... Because the start of this tour was brilliantly booked. It was perfect. It was ideal. Like, that was the longest I've ever enjoyed doing like a show without it being overworked.
Yeah.
And this year has fucked that already, and it's only continue to going to fuck that in the ass very violently for the next 4 or 5 months. So I can only imagine how bitter I am going to feel about this job in I reckon, but the end of March is going to be some of the worst podcasts you've ever fucking heard. So subscribe to Patreon right now.
Lock in for that.
Lock in right now if you want to hear
these already are
proper fucking mantrums from me.
These are hostages at this point.
Yeah.
We're in it for that.
I'm very much of, because this is, and look, I'll take some of the responsibility for like the bad scheduling of this tour. If it happens again, my dummies are going out of the pram, and to the point where I'll just go, right, I've now got so much money that I'll just never ever work again. I would much rather spend 20 grand a year purely just on like the bare necessities than I would 2 or 4 days a month.
So what bit do you think fucked it? Like the fact that you've got to go home and then do a gig at Kirkcaldy straight away.
No, why the living? This is the problem with booking tours, right? Is people go, oh, Turkey's near to Greece. We'll just combine those two. Don't combine those two. Don't combine those two. I couldn't give a fuck how close countries are to each other. Like, Marlena very much tried to get us to fly from Greece to Turkey to fucking India. And I'm like, oh, cool, 3 weeks away from home. That won't make me suicidal at all.
It's actually going to be worse than that, because now what we're going to be doing is going Greece to Turkey to Edinburgh to India. Like, it doesn't, just the fact that it's popping back home, that actually makes it more hectic travelling. But it just does mean that you can see a child.
Aye. I know, and then just the dumbass fuck. Why don't you bring Kaelin to India? Oh yeah, fuck it, yeah. Let's send him to fucking space while we're at it.
Aye,
like let's just like absolute fucking hell for something. No,
Aye, the fact that we're like worried sick that we're going to get sick.
No offense, India, but I would never. Never is incorrect. But with the way we tour currently, there is not a fucking chance for any amount of money I would bring my family over to experience that.
And also, like, you've got to think of the healthcare system. Like, there's one thing, receiving healthcare.
I've got no doubt that the healthcare in India is fucking amazing.
All of the doctors are in the United Kingdom.
No, but you misunderstand. They're all doctors.
Yeah.
Like, man, look, your racism's correct, but my racism's more correct. Like, yes, they are all coming over to our country, but there's 1 billion of them, right? And 75% of them are doctors. Yes. Like, they're just born doctors, and they're really, really good at it. Man, the one thing I've learned about being on the fucking road, when we were in New Zealand, we were in a fucking taxi that was driven by an Indian man, and he was saying that he needed to get eye surgery. And we were like, oh, what's the healthcare system like in New Zealand? And he was like, there's not a fucking chance I am using the healthcare system in New Zealand. I am flying back to India to get my eyes done. Like, yeah, man, they're the best. Like, health and safety, if something goes wrong in India, that's the best place to be. And also, look, one of the really uncomfortable things about India, which you just have to accept, is... and I don't want to accept it, but this is the golden pass.
Oh, yeah.
You're God over there. You're God. Our ancestors did such fucking atrocities over there, and they have such deep racism over there because of the fucking caste system that, like, you do just get better treatment everywhere.
And your insurance money probably counts for more as well.
Absolutely. It would be very, like, very unfair.
They're probably getting banked if you get wheeled in.
Yeah, aye. And they're all going to jail if I die.
I don't want to get to jail there. Like,
no,
I've seen Shantaram.
No, have you seen it?
I liked it. I thought Charlie Hunman done a good job of it.
Still one of the worst books I've ever dragged my way through.
Everything that you hated about it is what Robert Jordan does.
No,
it is.
Robert Jordan's never
really
spent
super
7
duper
pages.
Describes like a lot of stuff.
No, he'll give you the socio-economic policies and like the traditions of each area, which is hard to. He won't
describe. He'll go through the garb. He'll go through like what people are wearing down to the fineries.
Yeah, but he won't tell you what lavender smells like for 7 pages, and then 2 pages after
where
that.
every wrinkle on a person's face comes from. Oh, in that deep history of frowning.
Oh,
I quite like that.
It stank of shit. It stank of shit. And I can't believe the movie's not.
Were you just in a bad place when you read it? Because you sometimes put your mood on whatever it is you're doing and you hate that thing because of your mood.
Yeah, but it takes 7 months to read Shantaram, so I can't imagine I was sad for 7 fucking months. I can't imagine for the fucking 9 years that it took me to read that book where absolutely nothing happens.
Like, do you know if the game that you're currently playing is as bad as you think it is? Or is it actually objectively bad?
All of the reviews online have said the exact same thing that I've said, which is Marvel Midnight Suns is a really, really good game, right? And it's voiced by Matthew Mercer, and your character, I'm Matthew Mercer. Matthew Mercer's my voice. My friend's my voice. This is really cool. I want to love this fucking game, right? It has more dialogue than the period between 10 BC and now. There's more dialogue happens in that game than has happened on the world since then. It's unbelievable.
That's it. Was there not like a Metal Gear Solid game that was like that as well? Because like Metal Gear Solid was amazing. That one of the OG games of PlayStation 1. And then I don't know if it was like 2 or 3 or something. It was just like fucking constant cutscenes.
Yeah, it's not. It's like they do a thing of like, there's going to be so much storyline in this. I'm like, there's a bell curve on how much I'll pay attention to the story, right? And that is, if I find the story interesting, right, and it's good and it's short enough that it keeps me I'm playing the game, and then story happens during the game while I'm playing it, like it's in the background of the fight. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm doing now. That's interesting. Okay. And then there's just enough cutscenes that I'll actually watch every cutscene. And then the drop-off point after that is I no longer care about any of the writing you've done.
Yeah.
Like I'm skipping every single cutscene in this now.
Did you find it with the new Horizon Zero Dawn?
I don't know why that didn't take me.
What was up with that? You know what? I kept grabbing my phone when I was playing it. My mind was just elsewhere when I was playing. I don't know why it didn't grip us.
I was gutted that it didn't take me because the first game...
I think it was more of a button basher than the last one as well. The last one, you had to really strategize how you're going to beat the dinosaurs, and that one you could just fucking up your strength and club them to death.
The projecting my emotions thing is fair, because that's when I started playing Marvel Midnight Suns, because I was just like, I wasn't enjoying Baldur's Gate 3 as much, and I'm like, that's not the game's fault. I'm like, if you're not enjoying Baldur's Gate 3, Daniel, it's because you're not. You just need something else.
You're just playing it to kill time right now.
Yeah. So you need to, and because you've played it a couple of times, it's not giving you sometimes replaying the same thing over and over again is like a level of comfort because you're familiar with it. Whereas this, it just wasn't offering me like the stimulation of escapism that I needed. So downloaded this new game, and again, I know this makes me sound incredibly fucking lame, but constantly, man, I, to this day, cannot believe sometimes that I'm friends with the people that I'm friends with, right? Playing a game that's really fun, and it's Matthew Mercer's voice, and I'm pretty sure Ashley Johnson's in it as well, right? And I'm just listening to this.
That Ashley Johnson from The Last of Us?
Aye. Well, Ashley Johnson from Critical Role, but sure.
Did I get that right, though?
Yeah. And she was going to be a huge character in The Avengers. And if you watch the extended edition of The Avengers, Ashley Johnson is in it heaps, but just the way fucking Hollywood works is sometimes like you can film for like 7 days on something, 2 weeks, and then like your entire character's cut, and you're like, huh? So, to get to play games that your friends are part of because they're very good at what they do is exciting. And I do wonder if Matt Mercer ever feels that way when he's watching me on stage making thinly veiled misogynistic jokes. He's like, it's my boy.
Probably a bit. Remember when Tom Stade was the voice on a game? And it was actually really good. It was like an indie game that didn't have a big market. Caligula or something.
Oh yeah, I think you're closer than me actually there.
With a K. And like, you would turn the world upside down and mirror the world, and you'd done things that twisted the platforms to... Yeah,
it was like a 2D slide scroller thing. That there was some sort of 3D aspect that you could bring into it. Kalimba? I feel it's Kalimba.
Kalimba?
Okay, I'm close there.
And it's kind of like same kind of, not the same kind of game as Super Meat Boy, but like that same kind of indie. Like it was just like, it felt like a couple of dudes made it.
Oh, yeah. It was back in the good old days of the Xbox when they just let people fucking create Kalimba. Let's see.
Kalimba, is that right? And Tom Stade does all the cutscenes on it, and it's like so undeniably him. Great. Oh, we've actually had a few people write in with the celebrity encounters.
Well, it's not actually called Kalimba. I can't even fucking find it. Matthew will work it out.
I wonder if you could find it by typing in Tom Stade.
Game.
That's
what I did.
Did you? Okay. Can I just open the celebrity encounters with this one?
Absolutely. God, is it? I once met Daniel Sloss, and it was 3 weeks into a tour, and he was so depressed that he looked through my eyes into the back of my skull, hoping that he could see the light of freedom and home.
Not quite, but similar. You read it out.
You all right, lads? I have a story about me and a famous person, and that was our good friend Mr. Sloss over here when he was staying in a hotel in Manchester when it was very warm and the aircon didn't work. Oh, yes! Yeah. I remember you, you useless fuck. When it was very warm and the aircon didn't work. No surprise. I got told by a boss because I clocked Daniel Sloss in the reception and I went to hide because fuck meeting your heroes and that. But anyway, I got told to go to a room and give them a heater and drinks vouchers. Guess who it was? The one and only Daniel Sloss, which in my fangirl mind, all I could say is I'm a big fan, and then thrusted the heater into his hand. So yeah, you fuck.
He gave you a heater when it was hot.
With my son, who was fucking Galen was 3 or 4 months old at the time. We were going down for a friend Matthew's, Matt and Mia's engagement party. We were staying in Manchester, like lockdown. It kind of just fucking listed, and it was absolutely boiling. There was no aircon.
I think we talked about this on the podcast.
We fucking did talk about this on the goddamn podcast, Stephen. You bag of shit. Anyway, love what you guys do. Can't wait to see you in Manchester next week. There was a podcast clip that went viral around of my work, so you guys laughing at me, and it made my life. Oh, great.
Okay, I can't remember what the podcast clip is, but I imagine it's like, he brought me a heater, Kai. Kai, he brought me a heater. It was hot, and he brought me a heater. Was it something like that? Sounds like you. That's the first time I've had an impression of you. Was it right?
I mean, it didn't feel nice to hear, so I guess. But like, I don't think that was
Kai,
because of the accuracy.
He brought me a heater, Kai, and it was hot.
The only person who does even close to, and I don't know why I'm so hard to impersonate, because like it's not as if I'm fucking subtle, and I think it's because my accent's fucking dull. Ari Matty is the only one who does an even close one, and he just does this. And it's because I fucking everything I say with my lips. If I'm making a point,
Did someone put a compilation of you going now? Was that special called Now because you would go now?
Yes.
And that's why you called it Now.
Oh, so for ages, all of my specials were just named after, like, it was me trying to get rid of the tics I have on stage. So that's why one was called Really, but really became Socio. Now was called Now. No, wait, Now was Socio. Really was...
Yeah, because you toured them as different names as what you released them as, right?
Some of them, yeah. Dark was always Dark. I think Really became Jigsaw.
Was Dark always Dark?
Dark was always Dark. Dark was always Dark.
What was Jigsaw again? So
it was. There you go.
So.
Aye. So, because I used to say so.
So.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that you were addressing your text because I thought what you were doing...
That's why my next show's called The N-Word. Or Objectively.
Objectively, yeah. Fuck, you could call it objectively. I thought what you were doing is just Marlena's just like bugging you for a show title in December, the year before the Fringe, and you're just like,
oh, that's a huge factor.
Oh, he has a single word. Work with that.
That is how
I haven't wrote anything of the show yet. Call it so. Call it now. Call it really. Call it can't.
That is how it started, and then it got into the thing of like, I really just enjoyed the spree of it just being one word.
Do you wish you'd wrote a sentence?
No, because Jimmy Carr did that.
Did he?
All of Jimmy Carr's DVDs, if you put them side by side, spell out Jimmy Carr standing up, doing comedy on stage, making people laugh, blah, blah, blah. Like that's, I don't know if it's the same anymore, but that was very openly Jimmy's policy to naming his specials. Whereas I just got to the stage of like one name titles, and then it sort of stuck. And one name titles are hard because it's like, how the fuck do you summarize a show? But then, I mean, fucking nobody expected fucking when X was named X, it was just named X because it was my 10th show, and it didn't become the special about rape and sexual assault until July of that year.
Yeah, I remember.
And then now, you know, now that it's fucking weirdly cult and things, that name really fucking stands out, and purely accidentally. Jigsaw was renamed because the second I remember just sitting in the studio with JP doing the edit of it, and I'm like, man, this show isn't called So, this show is called Jigsaw. It's very clearly called fucking Jigsaw. Thankfully Dark was already called Dark, had to rename the fucking Now to Socio. Hubris, I still think is a great title, especially for what I was trying to do with it.
You know what you should do your next show? Just have like loads of words.
Oh, I know what it's called.
There.
What's
it?
Mud.
Mud.
Yeah. Marijuana use disorder. It's the term that they're trying to come up with and put instead of just drug addict.
Are you gonna put the dots in it?
No, just call it mud, but all caps.
Yeah.
And then I imagine the poster will be me caked in mud with a joint in my mouth.
The Predator. not that I've been watching Predator lately. Recency bias. Just like Arnold Schwarzenegger, just with
something like that
face instead of a cigar.
Yeah, well, because I know it's the only thing when people go ask me what my next show is about, I just know the fact that I want to talk about like addiction in general, because there's nobody in the world who isn't addicted at this point. We're all addicted to lots and lots of things, and I think it would be very easy to make that relatable.
I'm not addicted to anything at the minute. I've been on the treadmill every day for 14 days just because keep us off my addictions. Just channel my addiction into something. That's how you deal with addiction, I think. Throw it at something worthwhile. And then get back. And then get back to the drugs immediately after.
I was going to say, I think your addiction works different to mine.
I have really nailed this tour as far as that goes, though. Like staying off my phone. Like my phone usage is down a lot from the last tour. Probably helps that I didn't lose all my devices. That really helps that I didn't just fucking walk through security and leave all my electronics behind. But I've watched a film every day. Been on the treadmill every day. Watched both seasons of Welcome to Wrexham.
I've done the opposite. I'm like, all of the years that I should have been putting into social media, I'm now sticking into fucking.
I think I started pretty well with social media. I went at the start of this tour and then just give up.
I feel like I'm just like, it's good to have the distraction. Like it's good to have like to. I think my problem originally was just like the fear of responsibility and the fear of rejection of it. Whereas when I was talking to Cara, I very quickly realised the bane of my career, the one thing that's always fucked me off ever since I wrote Dark, is that there's never just been a fucking library of all of my shit. All I wanted was to like write specials, put them out there, and then fuck off and move on to the next special. But Netflix only wanted 2, HBO only wanted 1. Fucking, and then you're releasing them in other places, and you've got to stagger the fucking releases.
Yeah, one's on YouTube, one's on your website.
And it just became this fucking thing of like, oh my God, I'm just never going to get all these things in one place. And then I'm like, oh my God, no, in fact, like now I can just fucking curate it on, Instagram. The game has changed in a way that I don't really understand. But like this is going to sound very horrible and narcissistic, but I mean it from the bottom of my heart. Whenever you see lesser comedians overtake you, right, you don't get to piss and moan about the industry anymore. Whenever you watch people who are less talented than you overtake you because they're infinitely...
That means they've got something you haven't got.
And that's drive.
Yeah, and it's work ethic.
And also, I'm pretty sure that when I was younger and I had fucking drive and I was better than the comedians I was surpassing, I bet they were blaming it on my work ethic.
There was 100%... When we started stand-up, there was a bunch of amazing comedians that had a 20-minute set that you just couldn't get... You couldn't budge from the club scene because they'd nailed that 20. But then you start doing an hour at the Fringe every year and you're turning over material, and your 20 might not be as tight as theirs, but more people are coming back to see you because it's a different set. And then they'll piss and moan about people that are less funnier than them overtaking them. That was us.
Well, I think it's...
So we're just... That's happening to us from other people that are new.
I agree.
On a different level. There's a different way it's happening, but it's happening.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point. And it's only upon hearing you say it in that way, they were going against the same thing that we're going against, which is the idea of becoming your own brand. Because saying becoming your own brand makes everyone want to break their own neck and die. But like, you were just doing 20s and jonglers, and you would hopefully be the best on the bill. And if you were the best on the bill, you might make it to like a fucking TV show or whatever, like one day. Whereas comedians like us came along, we started doing like solo shows for now, and then we start touring and being able to tour, and it was like, oh my God, look at them doing it all by themselves. They're trying to be themselves on television. The big fucking problem we all had with social media when it started was just this idea of, you know, we have to become the brand ourselves. It's as we're selling and getting out there.
Yeah.
Because that's not how the game was.
It went from promotion to self-promotion.
Yeah,
And that self-promotion bit was a real sticking point.
we used to specifically hire people to promote things for us because we hated self-promotion so much. Man, Chris Ramsey used to get fucking bullied.
Oh, he was a proper outlier with it, wasn't he? He was,
yeah. Didn't get it wrong though.
No, streets ahead.
Aye, he knew what he was doing.
He was streets ahead of everybody else as well. Smashed it.
Have we got any stories? Is that what this is here for?
So the Discord's on that, but I screen capped some ones from. Yeah, you've got better eyes than me, and I'm
But
not.
right, you go in the Discord then.
So there's a few pictures on there. I've screen capped them. From
Am I swiping left or right here?
So that's the one we've just done, and then you're going that way.
This is from Reese Astrop. Kind of a celebrity story. A hotel I worked at while at uni hosts the Northeast Football Writers Award. The Northeast Football Writers Award. First of all, for the Northeast to have a Writers Award in general, very funny.
So the Chronicle and
yeah. What are you doing? Writing in fucking coal, are you?
the Journal.
But then to reduce it to Footballers Writers Award every year, and for the last 10 years, Alan Shearer has attended. Each year, he sinks about 12 pints of Guinness and leaves before most of the awards. That is a good. That's aye. Never once offered to pay.
I read this when I screenshot it, and I'm doing the mental gymnastics to defend him. I'll do it in a minute.
Right, okay, sorry, let me go again, just because I haven't read this, that's why I'm laughing. So, each year, Alan Shearer sinks about 12 pints of Guinness and leaves before most of the awards start. Never once even offered to pay. He doesn't even say anything when ordering, just taps his empty glass without looking at the server. Never left a tip either, the stingy bastard. And the Northeast Writers are... You can do that in Sunderland, man.
Daddy, like, imagine you got invited and your agent urges you to go because it's like publicity or you're getting paid or whatever the fuck, right? To a like Chortle Awards. You're sinking that bar and getting to there before the awards. It's journalists.
Yeah, no, it's not just journalists, it's fucking Chortle. I'm burning that venue down.
Also, disparaging Shearer here. Like, he bought me a pint.
I like disparaging Shearer. It wasn't Guinness. It was Newcastle
Brown Ale.
Yeah, that was what he was doing.
Yeah. When I went to the charity thing that he, when he hijacked the gig from me.
Yeah.
When I'll talk about this. I was supposed to be doing a tour show at the Newcastle stand, and Molina, our agent, emailed me saying, see below, I've pushed back, I don't even know who this person is, and the below email was like, we're sorry, we're going to have to move Kai's tour date, we've got these ones available. Alan Shearer was penciled in, we didn't think it was going to happen, put Kai's tour date in, but now he can do it. So Alan Shearer's doing this talk thing. Molina just thought it was another comedian and tried to push back from Alan Shearer doing the stand 300-seater or 350, whatever it is. And I was just like, don't push back, just get us tickets. And when I went, he put £1,000 behind the bar.
Yeah.
And I got a couple of pints off him. So, good man.
Okay, interesting. Reese, I believe you. And I'm very glad that's
I believe you only on the grounds that when I went to ask him for a photo, he did not want to take that photo. He did take it, but we were very much in his way between the venue and the taxi.
I'm going to have to Google who this cunt is.
Alan Shearer.
Sam? Hugan? Who the fuck is this cunt?
Scottish.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. Outlanders.
Sam Roland Hugan is a Scottish actor, producer, author, and entrepreneur. Mate, we're all authors. He's best known for his starring role as Jamie Fraser in this. He's old handsome McFuckable, isn't he? You know what? I actually don't think he's the sexiest of us. Oh, okay, he's got muscles.
He's Scottish hot.
Yes, yeah, I'll acknowledge that, yeah.
He's fucked over here. Not specifically Denmark, but Scandinavia.
That's not.
If he comes over to Scandinavia, he just fucking blends in, like not blends in, but Fades.
I'm also really annoyed that I don't know how
Fades into
to...
the
Sam Hewen? It's got to be Hewen. That's how you say that name. Hewen.
Hewen.
Yeah, Hewen would be the... Okay, so Sam Hewen made me a cup of tea. Just heard Wednesday's pod about name dropping and thought I shared mine. I've been friends with Sam's ex-sister-in-law for years. Let me do the math there.
Sam's ex-sister-in-law. Parents broke up.
No.
Parents got together. Sister-in-law, brother-in-law. Parents broke up. Ex-brother-in-law, ex-sister-in-law.
No, that just means he divorced. That's his... So if he marries a girl, that's his sister-in-law, and they get divorced.
And then they get divorced.
So that's just...
So as I'm thinking ex-stepsister.
yeah.
I was doing ex-stepsister.
So his ex-wife's sister.
Uh-huh.
Or ex-husband's. But that's not true. Just I don't know if people know this, but Scotland's a very liberal country, but we do have a quota for how many gays we're allowed a year.
Mm-hmm. It's just him at the minute.
We're allowed a lot, right? You know, we get a fair few in, but...
Name your favourite 5... No, not favourite, because that means your favourite in them. Name 5 Scottish gays.
Okay.
I've got 3 easily already.
Alan fucking Cumming.
Alan Cumming?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Alan Cumming.
Can't...
Oh, here we go. I'll show you Alan Cumming. Him.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he like Doctor Who or something?
No, but he was. I'm sure he was fucking part of that. He's an actor. He's a very, very good actor. We all love Alan Cumming. Craig Hill.
Yeah.
This isn't going to count. And I'm like, Larry Dean.
Yeah.
Obviously. The other one which doesn't count is John Barrowman.
John Barrowman. Why does he not count?
Because first of all, he's got a fucking disgustingly thick... when you hear John Barrowman talk, his American accent's so thick that you're not Scottish. It doesn't matter.
Aye.
No, I know Scottish people who have lived in America for 40 fucking years, and they still have a Scottish accent.
Like Manchester Scott McTominay.
Yes, aye. There's John Barrowman will accept him because he's successful, but you're not Scottish if you lose your Scottish accent. Mm-hmm. And any abuse directed at me is valid and accurate in that.
Susan Calman?
Oh, I forgot women were gays. I hadn't even... Oh, Karen Dunbar, fucking Ronan Cameron, Susie McCabe. Well, there's loads of it.
I know hundreds now.
Yeah.
All of them.
Scottish gays. Come on, there's got to be way more Scottish gays than that. That I know, and that aren't just me mates.
Surely the Cameron, someone that we done a TV thing with one time.
I said Ronan Cameron.
Yeah. Ronan.
Rona. Who are you thinking of now?
Cameron, someone. There was like a TV presenter.
Oh yeah, from STV. Yeah. I don't think he is gay though.
Ooh.
I think he just has that voice.
Aye.
You and Cameron. That's it.
I'm safe.
Yeah.
I'm safe, ladies.
Come on. There's way more Scottish poofs than that. Come on. We buffed
Your 2 brothers.
Aye.
Your dad.
Aye. There's lots of Scottish gays. Scott Agnew. Stuart Murphy.
Stuart Murphy. He was a Geordie, by the way. Doesn't even sound like a Geordie.
Oh, sorry.
But he's not Scottish.
So, lots of gays. Sorry. So, I've been friends with Sam's ex-sister-in-law for years. She visited me last year and decided to go and visit her ex-mother-in-law who lives near us. Weird thing to do. Sitting having lunch and Sam turns up. He joined us for a few hours and made me a great mug of tea. The whole family are warm, welcoming people. Also, he's one of the hottest humans on the planet. Please keep me anonymous. And that's from... No. I think
there'd be something nice about that if a celebrity made you a lovely cup of tea.
Yeah.
Like, put a bit of care into it. Because there's something about like making a good cup of tea that it doesn't come from a diva. You wouldn't make anyone a good cup of tea.
Fuck off. I offer to make tea all the fucking time.
Yeah, but now why does everyone say no?
Well, because I don't respect tea.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, but if a celebrity makes a good cup of tea, I think that's like... They're grounded. I think it takes a really grounded celebrity to make a good cup of tea.
I just think it's like, I told you this the other day when it came to fucking I'm here to call out latte drinkers.
Oh yeah, you done me a good one. I couldn't even defend myself really. I just had to take it.
Latte.
I see where you're coming from.
No, I'm right.
Lattes are lovely, but
It's not coffee. If you drink lattes, you are not a coffee drinker. You're an adult baby.
You flavour your hot milk.
If you drink lattes, what you like flavored. You like warm milk. All you want is a big glass of warm milk because you're a giant fucking baby. But the problem is, you know that as a big baby, if you drink just hot milk, you'll go nap and have a snooze during the day, and you can't do that because you're a big boy with a driver's license. So you have to put the smallest amount of coffee into your warm milk so that you don't accidentally go nap. Anyone who drinks latte is an adult fucking baby and deserves zero respect. And just
I agree with you. But I love a latte, but it's like. It felt like you'd caught us riding my bike with stabilizers on. And I'm like, oh yeah, but it keeps us up. And I hadn't realised, I just saw it as a practical thing. I'm like, I can ride slowly without toppling.
Man, I realised it because when we take Kaelin, our son, God, I miss my son, on our walks, there's a little coffee truck, and every day, not every day, but every time we go on a walk, sometimes he gets like a baby chino, right? And you're like, oh, baby chino, it's so nice that they do that. Do you know what a baby chino is?
It's just a hot milk.
It's a latte without 1/5 of coffee in it. That's the difference between a baby chino and a latte is way, 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 way less than the difference between a latte and actual real coffee that heterosexual men drink.
I learned what a
And
quadrado
heterosexual
was.
women.
And
Working gay men. Not the dykes, though. Weird line I have.
quadrado, do you know what a quadrado is?
Yeah, I used to play for Chelsea.
That's true. It's equal parts espresso and milk. And hot milk. So it's like halfway of a latte, really. That's also like a piccolillo or something. Like, it depends what country you're in.
You're allowed to put milk into your coffee. You're allowed to flavour your coffee with milk. I don't, personally.
But do you think when it gets past the 50-50 mark on milk
When
and
it
coffee,
gets past the fucking... Yes, 50 is...
the
me being
quadrado is
generous.
as close as you're going to get. That's your buy new.
Yeah.
You're batting for both sides, aren't you?
Yeah. But even then, like, I can't... Which is weird, because, look, here's the thing. I would absolutely have a hot chocolate, right? But I wouldn't have a hot chocolate every day, and I certainly wouldn't drink hot chocolate around other coffee drinkers going, we're the same.
Oh, that mocha.
Is that what mocha is?
Mocha. It's just a coffee and a hot chocolate. It's quite nice. Bit of whipped cream.
Everyone can grow up. Celebrity encounter. I was about 16 and we were doing some filming in Newcastle Town Centre for a project for our Media A level or GCSE or something school related anyway. Some old bloke comes up to us and starts asking what we're doing. Oh God. Offering advice. Us being young girls at the time sort of palmed him off awkwardly. It wasn't until he walked away that I realised I recognised him. Bloody Brendan Healey. Poor bloke, genuinely trying to give advice to someone who works in television. I mean, I think he died with a clean record without noncing. And we did our best to shoot him away.
Yeah,
Who the
go
fuck
to Brendan Healey again, because I was instantly thought of Tim Healey. I wonder if they're related.
Brendan Healey. I've absolutely no fucking idea who that cunt is.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
he in? I recognise him.
Yeah, because he's from
I
the...
should know him. He's a Geordie. What's he in? Have a look.
He's a comedian, apparently.
I'm being a heathen, yeah.
Television actor. He was Black Velvet Gown, Badger, Boone, Spender, Quayside.
Spender, there we go. With Jimmy Neal. What's happening here? Oh, shit.
Yeah, I don't... Okay, well...
The podcast for a second.
For a second, try fucking 10 years. Well, you know, that's a big deal for anyone who lives within 5 miles of you. That's a celebrity, you know, fucking encounter there. I have no idea. No, absolutely zero fucking idea.
I meant to know who he is. That name's in my zeitgeist. Is that the right word?
No,
Zeitgeist, like
I don't.
cultural zeitgeist in the heads of people. Like I've always known that name but I can't say I've ever
Pass me this. I'm not going to let you go through the disgusting tragedy of...
trying to read.
Yeah. To the aggressive celeb meetings. I'm going to throw some Danes in the mix, which is good because we're in Aalborg now, so that makes sense. You can say my name. So this is from M-I-E. I met Mads Michelson when I was 14 years old, and I'm a big fan of his. He's a very good actor. My uncle had done some movies with him. Oh, fuck yeah. So my uncle arranged for a meet-up after a theatre show he did that my brothers had got me tickets to. So it was a major surprise for me and so nice of him to stay for almost an hour, drinking a beer, smoking some cigarettes and having a chat after doing a show. He's a big football fan and so are my brothers, so it was mostly just them talking about stuff I didn't know shit about. But teenage me was too shy to talk to him anyways. This was years before his international success, but so happy to see him get opportunities because he was a really nice guy and he still is and super talented. Oh, Nicola Costa-Waldau, fucking, you know him, old fucking incest Lannister. Jamie
Lannister?
Yeah.
Oh, and also Black Hawk Down.
Yes.
Have you ever went back and watched Black Hawk Down after you know who all the celebrities are?
Yeah.
So you watch it knowing a couple of them and then you go back and you're like spotting all of them.
Yeah, he's friends, old nabos to my cousin. I don't know what nabos means. So I've been to some parties with him, super nice guy. Genuinely seems interested to get to know you. Yeah, imagine with a lot of the fucking Game of Thrones cunts, because we know, well, I say we know, I've met Jack Gleeson once or twice, who's played Joffrey, and that obviously show launched him to fame, so much so that he was like, oh, I'm never going to fucking do this again, because this is, everyone in the world hates me. And I'm like, yeah, because you're really good at what you do.
He's a really good bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, really hateable. We also got a photo with the Baratheon boy. What was his name again?
Who?
The one that booked Arya Stark. The Baratheon boy. The smithy.
Oh. Yeah, I get it.
The bastard Baratheon.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
We got a photo of him at at Bristol Square.
Yeah, he's nice. He's very nice. I've had a few celebrity meetings in my life, but two stand out, and one of them is our boy Kai. Okay, so you've got one celebrity story.
It's me. Little old me.
I was shop in a psych ward a few years back, before and during the starts of COVID. Fucking who needs a psych ward before COVID, you pussy?
Just getting in while it's not busy. You know what I mean? It's trendy.
Aye.
Is this Lauren?
Aye, hipster mental illness. Yeah.
Lauren, no, she's just, I have, like in a band before the blow up, you know what I mean?
Or by the same thing, liking a band before you blow up. I kind of discovered the boys a wee while before, but then only found out about the pod in late 2018, early 2019. When I was locked up in the ward, not doing so hot, I found the pod again and started listening to them all. And for the first time in fucking ages, I started to smile and laugh again. I'm
just picturing like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest with it over the tannoy. Like, it's not even in your headphones, it's like playing, and there's people rocking in the corner.
Man, it's not in her headphones, it's not in the tannoy. She's just losing her mind. She's just going.
We have never existed.
Yeah. I think someone pointed out to me that the only time I smiled and laughed was when I was listening to watching their stand-up. So as you do in the middle of the night, message Muggins and Cream Insta account saying that listening to the pod has been the only thing that's kept the spark going in me, and I just wanted to say they were doing some good work in the world. I think it had been mentioned on the pod that Kai wanted to put good into the world, which prompted the message. And Kai messaged me back, and he was genuinely happy that I'd messaged. Thank fucking God you're in charge of our Instagram account. Hi guys, just to let you know that your podcast really saved me during a dark fucking time. Shut up and subscribe to the Patreon, you fucking bag of shit. And if you're suicidal, put us in the will.
And people would go, oh, it's just Daniel being Daniel. They'd say it as affection. They'd be like, it's his love language.
Oh, correct. They were helping, and Jenny had a message, and he was really glad they were helping, and then checked in with me. And then when COVID hit and did Twitch, kept asking how I was getting on, then sent me a cameo and roasted me in the best way about being used to being locked up. Yeah, great, awesome.
And Lauren always checks in on Natalie when it's a full moon.
Yeah,
she's like, how are you guys with a full moon? She knows that what moon affected.
Disney film movies here since it's cheap, so I don't know where that is. So I ended up being an extra in High School Musical for about a week in 2005.
You got excited? Is that your jam?
No, I fucking hate High School Musical, but like I haven't hated High School Musical since I was like 16 years old and I was in high school. Like, this is like...
Were you in high school when High School Musical was on?
Absolutely.
I often forget how much older I am than you.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, because that wasn't even on my radar, High School Musical.
Yeah, a girl broke up with me because I just went on a massive rant about how it was the lowest form of entertainment.
And then I wrote Jigsaw. That was her. That was the girl.
And Muff. Zac Efron and Corbin Bleu were the sweetest. Took photos, talked with everyone, and
Cordon Bleu.
Corbin Bleu. Most of the rest of the cast is kept to the rest of the main people. The second one still haunts me. Good. In 2019, Lewis Capaldi did his US tour. Last minute, they announced a signing. I was so starstruck that when he went to give me a handshake, I told him, "How dare you?" and forced him to give me a hug. He seemed very startled by me, basically calling him rude, but was class and went along with it. Took photos and chatted with everyone else, even though the event was only supposed to be a signing CDs, and went 2 hours over at the event time. Oh, if you've got any anxiety about that meeting, I promise you right now, that is purely in your fucking head, right? Like, if you've made a bad interaction with a celebrity, I'll fucking call you out. I'll be the first to tell you that you fucked off. Knowing Lewis and what you described there, nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Don't overthink that.
Not worth thinking about at all. Like, I promise you, Lewis was as riddled with anxiety as you were at the time. Would not worry about it. Tim Minchin is really small. He is. That's all I have to add.
We met Tim Minchin at Rockness. There was a little while where if you Googled Kai Humphrey's wife, the picture of me and Tim Minchin showed up.
Oh,
because when you type your name into Google, it'll prompt you for what to put next.
Yeah,
it prompted wife, and then me and Tim Minchin come up. So I wonder if anybody thought that we were married. Me and Minchin.
Mm-hmm. I used to live up the road from J.K. Rowling. Surprise, surprise, she was a cunt. Oh. I remember one altercation. Altercation?
I wouldn't even know what J.K. Rowling looked like,
I would.
Would you?
I remember one altercation I approached her to tell her to pick up her dog shit. And I said, "Excuse me," to which she replied something along the lines, "If you want a photo, be quick about it," in a rude, dismissive, cunty tone.
You took a picture of the dog shit.
I replied, "Who the fuck are you, you posh cow? Get your shit picked up before I snap your dog in half." It wasn't until we were down to the pony park that one of the people in his group clued me in on who she was.
Snap your dog in half. It's like a twig.
That's fucking funny. That's great. Kiana Reeves met me on Princess Street. Fucking hell.
Kiana Reeves is a shout like.
He was walking down towards St. James's outside the record building, and I was hanging out there smoking on my break, and I was just staring at him like, no fucking way someone looks that much like Kiana Reeves. He gave me a wee smile and head tilt, almost to be like, "I am who I am," and approached me and asked if I was local.
I was like, "Not touching, can't get there. Not touching, can't get there. Not touching, can't get there."
And where some unusual touristy things were in Edinburgh. So I told him about Dean Village and Dean Park. For those of you that don't know, it's just part of Edinburgh where only Deans live. Mary King's Close and the Botanics and some other BS I can't remember. But he was just so fucking normal. Like, the minute we got into a conversation, I forgot I was speaking to Neo Wick. 10 out of 10 with me again. Yeah, I've only heard that he's fucking...
Aye. He'd be like, it would be a fucking shockwave if it turned out that he'd done anything wrong.
Yeah. I kind of hope he does.
Yeah.
Well, just right.
Don't trust anyone,
and not because I want him to be a bad person or I take any joy in him being a bad person.
Just so you can stop worrying about it.
No, but I there's part of me, a really evil part of me, that loves when sort of fandoms are destroyed and they sort of self-immolate. There's something really, and this is a horrible thing, but I never don't enjoy it.
It happened to you.
See, whenever a big fat celebrity, right, who's loved for being big and fat, decides, "I'm going to go skinny and look after my health," and the entire fat community turns about, I will never not watch every single iteration of that.
Adele did a number. She did a number on the
Rebel Wilson, who, by the way, is just one of the least funny people in the fucking world. Excruciating. And really shit to the gay community. So I was really fucking chuffed when she got all the hate that she got. But I've always just think she's one of the worst in the world. Adele, I'm like, Adele didn't deserve the hate because, like, fucking Adele's one of the boys. Adele's a lad, right? She's obviously a very talented musician and she's a brilliant woman, right? But she's one of the boys. She drinks tinnies, right? She belts out fucking absolute anthems. Like, she's in my top 5. If I could drink with her and get drunk,
where are you getting this info from?
Adele. It's notorious. Notorious that Adele's just a good bloke.
Are you thinking of Lord?
No.
That's Randy Marsh.
I've never met anyone in the very limited celebrity circles that I'm in who's met Adele and doesn't have Adele is literally just the most down to earth fucking. She's just a chick that can sing.
Does that only happen to women when celebrity loses weight and the women that follow are like distraught because they've been let down by them? Like, you know, if Johnny Vegas stopped drinking, would a lot of people be like, what the fuck? Fuck, dude, I was following you into war.
Well, there was a big fat bloke from My Name Is Earl who gave up all his fucking drinking and he's now hench. I don't think he got any hate, really.
Nah. Like, if Lewis Capaldi got ripped, like, I don't think there'd be any...
And he fluctuates.
There wouldn't be anybody just going, whoa, you were our guy. We were...
Yeah. Oh, come on. Fucking Jonah Hill. He fluctuates a bit. Goes up and down, but he's never really given hate for going up and down.
Do you think that's a society problem and that men can do anything without weight and it just goes without batting an eyelid and then there's a media storm? Probably nobody's even that bothered that Adele's lost weight, but the media will just fucking whip people into a frenzy by just being innately misogynistic.
I mean, maybe. And you know, there is a thing of like, you know, if a man's fat, you can at least be the funny friend. And don't get me wrong, there is obviously the old woman trope of just being the fat friend as well. But maybe it is just fucking industry sexism that it's more acceptable amongst men. But Matt, it doesn't just stay to fucking fat people. See, if there's nothing I wish more for, there's nothing I pray more for in the world than like it to turn out that like Arsenal legends are despicable paedophiles. Oh man, I love Terry Henry, but if it were to come out that he were as bad as Jimmy Savile, I would have.
The person who wrote X, you are watching the stuff about Thomas Partey and I hope it sticks. I hope it sticks.
No, I just think there's
something about follow. Like, I remember this moment in my head. It was really like fucking, like, it sticks with us. I was doing the Bladen races, which is a slightly less than 10k, like 5.4 miles or something. It's quite a fast run. And I was following this guy because it's quite crowded. The streets in Newcastle are crowded on this run, right? And I'm just following this guy, zigzagging in and out of everybody. And I'm just on his route. I'm slipstreaming the guy. I'm having a fucking tough time because he's fast, right? But I'm getting through everybody. And then I get like halfway through the run and he just stops me and goes, oh, I'm fucked. It stops. And I'm like, the fuck? I needed you. You were getting me through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And then I was on my own, running on my own, trying to maintain that pace. I feel like that's what happens when you're following somebody that's a motivation to you and then they turn up to they leave you behind.
Yeah. Well, I think that's another fucking a big aspect of it for me, where I was just like, we've discussed this several times. The fucking reason I despise that X clip going fucking viral every time is because it ignores that 1.5 fucking minute clip of X ignores the 73.5 other minutes of the show X where I talk about what a bag of shit I am, what a bag of shit I used to be, all of my toxicity.
Yeah. Lad culture,
my lad culture, my complicity, my indulgence of all of this other fucking stuff. So what happens is that clip
just looks sanctimonious. When you've actually been like really confessional. all the way through it.
Oh man, that clip goes viral and people being like, "Is this your god?" And I'm like, I should be anyone's fucking god. Like the whole fucking point of that show is, the whole point of X was to get, man, you don't need to convince women. You don't need to convince women that sexual assault is men's responsibility. Not all of the time, but it's at least half. You don't have to convince women of that fact. You have to convince men of that. And if you attack men, they do not fucking listen. It would be nice if they did, but they don't. So you have to bring them on side. And the worst thing you can do, the worst thing you could fucking do, if you want to make sure that no man is on your fucking team ever, what you do is you show them another man and go, you should be more like him. And I guarantee you every man goes, who the fuck is that cunt? That's what you're doing whenever you make that fucking clip from X go viral. You're putting a fucking target on my back and you're undermining the value of the entire fucking show.
Just share the show.
Share the show. Do not share the clip. Never share the fucking clip.
But the real one where somebody was running and looking at you and you're the person keeping them in the game was Jigsaw. I've broke up with me missus. I've broke up with me missus. I've broke up with me fella. Life's going to be better now. Well, you're getting married.
Again.
You're married now.
Again.
Fuck. Am I going to run this on my own?
People not understanding. Could not have made my positions more clear on everything. This is why I'll never understand. I've said this a couple of times in the past couple of days, but I want to fucking reiterate it. I fucking hate with a passion celebrities that say shit like, I love my fans. I think that is one of the most toxic outlooks that you can have.
It's a bit of a broad stroke.
I love my fans I've
met some of the best people in the world from your fans, and I've met some of the fucking craziest cunts in the world.
I am grateful for my fans. I am unbelievably grateful for my fans. I would not have the career I had today if it were not for the people that have supported me over the fucking years. I am grateful for my fans. Do I love them? Absolutely fucking not.
You love some of them dearly. Some of them ended up at your wedding.
Well, no, those are just friends.
Aye, they are now. But they started off by enjoying your comedy.
Don't fucking make people think that they can be my friend.
No, I'm
by being
not.
fans.
I'm not. But like, we have made bonding friendships with people who were met at gigs.
Yeah, but just to reiterate, that part of my life is fucking over. Do not think I cannot make it. I cannot make it fucking clear enough that if you ever fucking meet me and you're a fan, there is zero chance you and me are ever becoming friends. Never in a million fucking years. That time of my life, that type of my down to earth is fucking dead in the water. It is not happening.
I've got me pals.
I've got no. I'm open to new fucking pals. I'm not making them at fucking stage door, and it's an awful.
That's how I met my wife. Not a fan though. She was at a gig. She wasn't there to see me. She was there because comedy was on.
I'm grateful for my fans. I care about a lot of my fans. I wish my fans well. I do not love them, and I owe them fuck all.
Mm-hmm. That's true. You don't need to tell them.
No, I do.
Nah, it's nice.
I think it's way more disgusting for
fresh and honesty.
Yeah. Well, no. But man, I'm just because the problem with the word fans are fanatics, right? Mm-hmm. Please, if you are a fan of mine, right, get it into your fucking head that I'm a very boring, angry, flawed person like the fucking rest of us, right? If you like what I do, I'm super fucking grateful. Like, that is what I was going for. But any ideas of perfection or even innate goodness that you see in me is projected from you.
You've got to figure it out.
Yeah, I've no idea what I'm doing. No idea. Well, not no idea. I'm very good at stand-up, but that's about it.
You're a good dad.
Yeah, because Cara's there.
You're an outright mate.
I'm okay. I'm an okay friend.
That's an outright.
Aye. Depends on the day. Depends what mood I'm in.
You're a bad listener.
Bad listener. And I wouldn't want to be anyone's inspiration. Like, that's the... Like... I just don't... I don't know that there's a comedian that I... There's comedians that I love their stand-up, but I don't think there's a comedian who I look up to as a person.
Is there any comedians that you role model? Like that you see as role models?
No.
Nah,
absolutely
isn't that weird?
Fucking not.
Isn't that odd? Like, even comedians that I admire...
Cheat on their wives.
Like, even
Cheat on the wives.
ones that don't... Like, Go on, right. I admire Tom Stade. He doesn't cheat on his wife.
Nope.
Not my role model.
No, absolutely not a role model. Bill Burr doesn't cheat on his wife.
Admire him. Not my role model.
Admire, yeah, not a fucking role model. Anthony fucking Jeselnik. Love him. Think he is... Oh, Shane Gillis. The best in the world right now as far as I'm concerned. Love his stuff. Role model. Not even a fucking little bit.
Cosby?
You got me. Some of the goats are flawless.
Yeah, fucking Robin Williams. You can't be a role model.
No, because again...
Man can't be a role model. He wasn't happy.
Yeah, and he didn't... didn't get the help he needed. And that's not to blame that on him, by the way, but just... Yeah, I don't know.
It's hard. Why is there not many role models in my craft?
Well, because the whole point of the craft is to be
slightly
the everyman. No.
Slightly broken and show them your cracks.
Yeah, it's to go in there and is to be deeply flawed and to, not pave over the cracks, but to sort of reveal them and find beauty in them, but to make sure that you don't pass those gaping flaws off as... You're allowed to acknowledge your flaws and make fun of them, but not celebrate them. And the idea of being a fan of a comedian, I guess, takes it beyond that of, I'm going to celebrate these flaws, as opposed to what we all did was, let's all point and laugh at the fucking hole and not put that same hole in our own psyche.
Mm-hmm. Huh. I want to be someone's role model.
I don't even think I want to be my son's role model.
I'll do that. I'll be his role model.
Oh, no, I'll do it. I'd rather be my son's role model than you be my son's role model.
I'll be Keelan's role model. That's sorted. That's that fixed.
Right. I'm going to go and drink more, to be honest.
So next time you see us, we'll be in the studio and we'll have seen my partners and we'll be a little bit more joyous. Thanks for listening. And thanks for writing in. Sorry we didn't get to all of the messages.
Yeah.